As we talked about it, although we did talk about it on the Sunday night show in depth. We're talking about Ghost Machine, y'all. It's Ghost Machine week. Jeff
It
Johns'
is Ghost
new
Machine Week.
deal, new shared universe that he's doing over at Image Comics is basically part of his own
Yes.
little imprint over there,
And good for him,
Good for him. Oh yeah, fucking A. That's like the thing to do nowadays, Remender's got one going on. Who else has one? Kirkman basically does,
Yeah,
with the
good.
Energon
Ram
universe,
V's got a shared universe right now.
Oh, kind of. Yep, kind of.
Yep.
And what else they got? The Massiverse is
The
kind of that same
Massiverse,
sort
yeah,
of
they
thing.
got
Yeah.
so
So
there's a lot of,
thank
and
goodness we actually get
I
shared
like
universes
how
since Marvel and DC are kind of bad at it. Which is funny.
yes, and I love shared universes. If you do a shared universe correctly, where
Yeah.
anything or where like you read one comic and then it doesn't impact like the superhero or the supervillain and the other comics, like that takes away from the impact of it. But if you like
Right.
tie
Right.
things together where it's like this happens here and then in fact gets over here, and it's like, oh, so it's a shared
Yeah.
universe. I love shared universes. If you do shared universes, it makes things better.
Yeah. My wife is not a fan of many comics. Okay. She loves Fables. All right. She adores Fables. She enjoyed The Walking Dead quite a bit, even before the TV show.
Yeah.
But she read House of M and Marvel Civil War just because there were so many tie-ins. You know what I mean? She really enjoyed reading like the
Well,
main book.
House of M was just amazing.
Oh, I love yeah, she loves House of M, but she
Yeah.
liked reading like the main book and then reading these other books and seeing it from different people's points of view and
Yes.
things like that. She just really got off on that. And a lot of events don't really fucking do that anymore,
Well, for an event standpoint, House of M had the best Marvel event because all the tie-ins did meshed well together with the main storyline.
Yeah, I think Civil War did an equally good job. I mean, it's definitely
I
debatable.
think there was like one or two issues that really were kind of out there for Civil War, but yeah, Civil War was
Yeah,
another really good one. Yeah.
yeah. Like, man, that Wolverine for Civil War when he's hunting down Pyro, whoever the fuck his name was.
Hmm.
When Pyro is Explodey guy. Was it Explodey Man or Explodey Boy? I don't remember.
Nitro.
Yeah, Nitro.
I
Awesome.
remember is that he just threw bombs.
Yeah, right. Well, he didn't even throw bombs. He himself was like a literal bomb. And then he would reconstitute himself. It was fucking weird power set. All right, let's get
I
into
mean,
it.
it's very straightforward. He just blows
Oh, it
himself
is,
up.
but
That's his whole power.
yeah, he blows up and then he's not blown up. He comes back later. I mean, it's kind of cool, but all right,
Weird
let's
power
do
sets.
the thing. Yeah. Well, he's a mutant, so was he a mutant? Yeah, he was.
I
Was
don't.
he?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, he
he
was a
was. I
mutant.
know he was on MGH, so maybe he wasn't a mutant because that's where the whole Wolverine arc went.
Yeah, that enhanced his power. I don't know if that was
Yeah.
the sort. Whatever. I don't know. But
Let's do it. It's Ghost Machine Week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's an electricity in the air, folks. A palpable
I don't know
hue
about that.
of anticipation.
I don't know about that. Ghost Machine looks cool, but
you don't need to hype us up that much. We can't live up to that.
oh no, there's no way. That's my favorite one, dude.
I agree.
This is week Greetings, geeks. Back. This is another episode of This Geek in Comics, outright geekery's comic book shit talk show.
Shit talk show.
Thank you, Brandon, for the like. It's Gomer, Taylor, Andy hanging out. We're doing
Hey.
we're doing the show, the preview show every week. These are all new comics coming out April 3rd, mostly. Check local listings for details. But if you see something, say something, chat. If we're talking about a book or we skip a book and you want us to mention it, you want to comment on it, let us know. We'll go
Yeah,
back.
don't be afraid. We're not going to make fun of you.
Well, that's not guaranteed. We make no guarantees on what kind of joking will occur. It may be at your expense. It may be. It'll most likely be at my expense. But
oh yeah, it would be definitely at Gomer's expense. Yes.
Yeah. Fuck.
We'll cross that bridge if and when. So, boom, kind of weak this week. 3 books: Ghost Lore number 9, Grimm number 16.
Well, at least
and
they have
Ranger
the damn them
Academy
all
number 14.
trade.
Well, it's the volume 2 trade.
Oh.
But that's Simon Spurrier. Oh yeah, you had a really good time with this book, didn't you? I don't remember
I
this.
remember
I
someone
remember
had
it
a
being
good time
Si
with it.
Spurrier.
I remember. Did I read that one?
I
I
don't
think I did.
recall. I don't recall.
Maybe it was one of the ones Dave was big on. I don't know.
I think it was
I know
Dave.
he's big on that Grimm book, and I'm really happy that it's going. But all right, moving on to DC, Batman 146. We do get the 2024 edition of 100 Bullets for $40. Great book, great book. But yeah, Batman 146. The Dark Prisons continue as Batman learns from an old mentor what Zur's plans for Gotham City are and the world. Yeah, that's all building up to, absolute power for sure. A lot of variants for Batman because he's Batman. Ooh, Batman's always cool when he's on a horse. Batman Scooby-Doo Adventures. Birds of Prey number 8. This has been a really under-the-radar book for a lot of people. It's really damn good. I'm having so much fun with this book, dude.
Yeah, it's legitimately a lot of fun. The artwork is really strong consistently, and it's a cool team dynamic, and great writing because of course.
Of course. Yeah. Very cool book. A lot of cool variants for that one as well. Ooh, including one where they're on motorcycles. Rad.
Yeah, Birds of Prey has been really
rad.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, Birds of Prey has been
That
really
is sick,
excellently
man. I
well
love
done.
that. Yeah, I think so too. So yeah, a lot of variants for that one. And we get Blue Beetle number 8. I've not been keeping up with this, although it is cool they do a Spanish language version every month.
Yes.
It'll go with the English version. Very, very cool.
This is all part of DC becoming part of that more of the DC Comics Around the World initiative that they've been working on.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, that said, do you know more people in America speak Spanish than people in Spain speak Spanish? Just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, Spain has a pretty small population. I mean, hell, there's more people in Boston who identify themselves as Irish than live in Ireland.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool. That's awesome. Yeah. The world is cool. But yeah, dope book from what I've heard, but I have not read it. So, all right, this is kind of unique. We're getting a From the Vault for Sandman number 19. Not sure why. I guess it's I don't know. It's remastered. I'm not sure why.
Which one is that one?
Don't remember which one this is. Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, it's okay. Midsummer's
Midsummer
okay, yeah. This is one of the more memorable issues. I definitely remember this one.
Yeah.
I actually ripped off Puck's more sinister version of his monologue from the end of this story for a D&D session one time.
Sweet.
Nice. Nice.
Good writers borrow, the best writers steal. So
exactly.
All right. Yeah, another sort of weird one here. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong is getting all of the first 4 issues reprinted, but they're not calling it like a number reprint. It's straight up, this is it. This is the final printing. You're not getting any more. And the reasons these have been selling is because the covers are so damn cool. And
they're connected covers too.
This final printing is connecting covers. Very rad. I should have put them all together beforehand. But yeah, very, very cool. Because it has Kong on the one end, Godzilla on the other end, and then the whole Justice League in the center with Superman, very cool to have that hanging on a damn wall, dude.
Yeah.
That is fucking rad. Yeah. $5 each though, so you're spending $20 on a poster, which is not bad. Kneel Before Zod hits issue 4. I can't even begin to bring myself to read this. I tried the first issue. I don't
it's
care.
Okay.
And
it's okay. It's mid.
Yeah, I don't care much about most of his cast.
Andy, don't try to use teen slang.
Poison Ivy hits issue 21. Mad Magazine is getting reprinted, issue number 36. Very rarely does that happen, but it was the Kelsey Swift cover, making fun of that.
Well, Poison Ivy is really good.
Yeah, I'm behind on that too, man.
Yeah,
I remember when it was supposed to be like a 6-issue miniseries, and like, nah, it's too good. It's ongoing.
Yeah, it's sort of like it's 6 issues. Okay, we're gonna extend it to 12. Okay, now it's 24. Now it's 36 because it's that well done.
Yeah. Shazam hits issue number 10. Spirit World gets collected. I know I'm behind on it, but I know Taylor had a great time reading this.
Yeah, I
His
thought this
favorite
was
of
the
those
best of
Legends
the.
book.
Yeah,
We Are Legends, I think, is what they called that.
whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I like
this
City
one was,
Boy.
I thought, the best
City
of the
Boy
bunch.
was dope.
City
Yeah,
Boy
it
was
was good.
fine, but like,
Yeah,
City Boy himself was too much of a whiny little bitch.
he
for me.
was a whiner. Yeah, he was. Man, I got powers.
Well, City Boy was more
Hey.
about the city visit, not about him.
And then he goes to the fucking Everglades.
Yeah,
Like this
he
story
just
that's
goes and
supposed to like
hides.
you could do this like tour of all like the iconic cities of the DC universe. You know, go to Gotham, go to Metropolis, go to Themyscira, go to Central City,
Atlanta,
and then he goes to the
Atlantis.
go to Atlantis, and
Yeah,
he goes
dude.
to the fucking Everglades. He goes to hang out with the one fucking superhero who doesn't live in a city.
So weird. Suicide Squad Kill Arkham Asylum. That's a video game tie-in. But then a book I'm kind of looking forward to, Superman 78, The Metal Curtain, number 6 of 6. Really fun book here, sort of retelling, not retelling, but kind of continuing the telling of the Reeves Batman from the 70s and the 80s. And yeah, it's really good. It's really fun. Awesome. All right, yeah. So not much from DC this week. Not much. Moving on to Marvel, they have a little bit more. Alien, Black, White, and Blood, number 3. This is a Kelly Lanzig. They're on this. Colin Kelly Jackson Lanzig. And I know Andy's been enjoying this, at least one of the issues.
God,
But I'm
this
kind
is
of
so
behind
good.
on it. I'm kind of behind on it. I need to catch
I
up.
do like. I've enjoyed all of the Black, White, and Blood books that Marvel
Yeah.
has done.
Yeah. But we get Cody Ziegler, Colin Kelly, Jackson Lanzig. You're going to see a lot of those 3 names this week as we go through the books dropping this week.
I mean,
moving
you
on
go for the artwork and you stay for the story.
Well, it's Kelly Lanzig. I mean, Cody Ziegler's no slouch,
Yeah.
so yeah. Avengers number 12, Jed McKay, Francesco Mortorino. The fall of X comes for the Earth's Mightiest Heroes. As I stated on the news show last night, in the Alaska team, I can't keep the books straight on who lives where. That's basically what I'm going to call them. New Orleans team, the Alaskan team, and the Chicago team. I'm going to forget the names of the books. But in the Alaska team, they get their new base, and it's an old Orcus Sentinel factory. Well, that factory is going to make its debut in this issue.
Oh, so the Avengers are going to go boot Orcus out of it?
Yeah, that's what it
Okay.
feels like is going to happen. So, yeah,
now,
cool.
is Orcus going to whip out a fucking quirky mini boss squad for the Avengers to fight in this issue?
That seems like
they are. That's all they
the
do.
whole entire Avengers stick. This whole entire run has been like mini boss squad. Where's the big bad at?
Yeah.
And that's not to say I don't like a big
that's fine.
hero, a villain squad.
It's fun, but like we could use a bit of a
Yeah.
change of pace is all I'm saying.
Oh, 100%. But I mean, Hickman created one of the best. I mean, they went to the screen within
10
like
the
years
Cole
of being
Obsidian,
made.
yeah.
Yeah.
But notice,
I mean,
if I remember
amazing.
correctly, he introduced the one fucking squad. He didn't introduce
that was
back-to-back arcs. Like the Arthurian dudes followed up the what were they called? Like the Ashen Combine, I think the name.
Oh yeah, the Ashen Combine.
Oh God! Why did you remind me of that?
If they had been, they're fine. I mean, if they had been
They
separated a little bit by like an arc or so, I wouldn't have had a problem at all. But like the fact that that's all we've gotten in this run so far is interesting.
It was like Survivor Series and then another Survivor Series. No, you got to have a King of the Ring. You got to have a, you got to do.
But hey, like in all fairness, this doesn't look like this doesn't look like this is what that even is. So like, here I have to say like, they need to change it up, and here they are. I think actually changing it up. So I should probably stop bitching about it. Yeah.
And I've been okay with this.
Bitch about it. Bitch about it more.
And I've been okay with this Avengers run. It's
been
fine. Entertaining.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't have quite the same like get all the toys out of the toy box mentality that Jason Aaron had, but
yeah,
it's still been a lot of fun. Yeah.
And it's still early. It's still pretty early, 12 issues in, especially considering where Aaron took his run over the course of I don't even remember.
For sure. Like I have no idea where this is ultimately going. Maybe we're gonna have like a big like team tournament or something at the end of it.
Yeah, Survivor Series.
It's not fair comparing it to Aaron right now because Aaron had basically like years to smash toys together for
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe they gave him a little bit more leeway than they're giving McKay. I'm not sure why. McKay seems to be writing basically half of the books at fucking Marvel right now. But
I mean, no idea, but yeah, I'll check that out. It looks like a fun read.
Yeah.
So
yeah, me too. Captain America hits issue number 8. JMS with Carlos Magno has the tool. Cap has the tools and the will to protect the front door cabaret and its strange guardian Lyra from the onslaught of a fate worse than death. Now he just needs the strategy. I've been enjoying this. It's sort of a back and forth,
Yeah.
past, present sort of thing. Very socially aware, like Captain America should be.
Yep.
JMS is just really, really good at writing this character. Yeah, and it's great that they gave him another opportunity with this book.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But yeah, it looks like we're sticking to the present for the time being. But yeah, Cap. I think this is the same artist who did that werewolf book from like that was
I
set
think
in
it may
World
have
War
been.
II.
Oh, the Howling Commandos book.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think it may have been.
Oh well, of course it was Howling Commandos. I mean, that was such an. I remember saying at the time, right?
It's low hanging fruit.
I can't believe they'd never done that before. Have Capwolf with the Howling Commandos, but
right. They do have this, and they have a version one that doesn't have like the main one will have like the title, but they have one that's just this. No wording.
I mean,
at all,
sure, that
variant.
I would
is
have
a
that
solid poster. Yeah, so
That's a poster on the
makes
wall
sense,
right
too.
there.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome, man. Yeah, Tim Hildebrand and Greg Hildebrand doing that one. Deadpool issue number 1. Cody Ziegler, told you we hear his name again. He is writing this with Roger Antonio doing art. I mean, what is there to say about Deadpool? My favorite Deadpool book is Cable and Deadpool. Okay, does that count? I don't know. I bet Deadpool would say it counts. But
it counts.
Deadpool is usually way too zany for me to care for more than a few issues. It's not like any of the issues are bad.
He has a Carnage dog? Like, what the hell's going on with that?
He's got a fucking Carnage dog.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a Carnage dog.
I mean, random bullshit is like par for the course for Deadpool, so that's whatever.
Yeah, it does. You just basically like throw stuff at a wall and see what sticks. And this is like really well.
Dog Princess.
At his worst, Deadpool is just like random lulls, and that's just it's waka waka the whole time. But Deadpool can be done really well. Like Deadpool does have more of a character than just LOL isn't that so random,
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe this will be that. I hope it is. Because like I've read some really good Deadpool stuff, but it's not quite on the same level as like the Venom stuff for me. Like in the sense that I'd never even give it a second look. But it's close. I usually have to hear some good word of mouth about a Deadpool book before I'll actually jump into it.
Yeah.
Typically when
go ahead.
Not including Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool movies. I think the best Deadpool ever done so far is the one done in Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. That's a unique choice. Yeah, I remember that vaguely.
Because he wasn't like this is so random. He's just like showed up and was like, wait a minute, you can talk to them. It's like he told Boots like, wait a minute, you can talk to him too. It's like, talk to who? And because Peter does talk to the screen in Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
But not like
that cartoon.
He's not actually breaking the fourth wall, though.
Yeah, but he's not actually breaking the fourth wall. It's like, but Deadpool does. So it's like, wait, you can do this too. It's like, wait, what are you talking about?
Oh, nice.
And it's like,
I mean, that's really how it goes. It's usually what is your favorite joke that you've read where Deadpool. Remember in X-Force when he's like feeding pieces.
Actually, yes, I was about to mention
that's
Rick
fucking gold.
Rick Remender's X-Force was maybe my favorite version of Deadpool I've ever seen. Joe Kelly does a good Deadpool, Deadpool Spider-Man book. It had its problems, but it was overall pretty solid, I thought.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess, like, to stop belaboring the point, Deadpool's kind of hit or miss.
It depends on the Deadpool.
Yeah. My problem with Deadpool is when I put a Deadpool book on my list, it tends to be a book that I have no problem dropping to make room for something else. You know what I mean? It just ends up falling down. It's like, oh yeah, it's
I just
Deadpool,
hope this is more middle of the road Deadpool than extreme, just for the memes and lulls.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Doctor Strange issue number 14. Also Jed McKay. Just saying.
Every other book, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got a few variants of that. Immortal Thor number 9.
Fuck yeah.
Al Ewing, Ibrahim Robertson. This is the one where, I mean, talk about breaking the fourth wall. Basically, this is exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
Like Marvel Comics is getting bought out by Roxxon, and things are going to go crazy. I'm
Yes.
so stoked to read how Al Ewing is going to not pull this off, because I know he's going to pull it off, but like how well he pulls it off. You know what I mean? Like,
Especially
just
since
throws
you
us something
have
big, dumb, and stupid, and I'm like, I'm sold
Oh, yeah.
100%. You know?
you already have the Enchantress ripping the cover
Yeah.
of Thor book on the
Yeah,
cover of the
that's his
Immortal Thor book.
debut, Journey into Mystery. Yeah.
Yeah, Journey.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, she's ripping up thousands of dollars right there.
Oh yeah,
You
I
know?
mean that is
I mean, that is
economically unconscionable
Isn't
what
the-
she's doing right now.
the Raxon one next month, or is that like a couple weeks away? 2 weeks
We're
away?
getting like Roxxon sponsored Thor or whatever, which I think that what I think is happening is that Al Ewing is kind of playing with the idea that this is like a mythological character. This is like a creature of story, and that they're doing some sort of magical bullshit to change the story and create their own version of Thor.
Yes.
So yeah, very meta, very much in keeping with all the shit he's been doing so far. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to whatever it is he's got in store for us here.
Yeah, and especially since Ewan's been doing such an amazing job with this, and he's definitely going to pull this off. We don't know how he's going to pull it off, but he will. He will.
Yeah. I mean, it's also worth mentioning that like we're seeing Minotaur as like a zombie here. Al Ewing was the guy who killed the Minotaur back in the Immortal Hulk book. He got killed by some fucking
It was
thing.
Wasn't it the red harpy looking thing?
No, it wasn't the red harpy looking thing. It was like the Saturday morning cartoon character that he had brought to life to imitate the Hulk or whatever.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Was
I don't remember that thing's name, but it was a deep pull. It was an existing character that I had completely forgotten existed.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. They do have some variant covers for Thor, but I don't know why anybody would want to buy any of those. The main cover is just
main cover is just fine.
Yeah. So
Enchantress tearing up $1,000 comic book is
fucking
just
awesome.
$1,000. That'd be a steal. $1,000.
Yeah, it'd probably be a steal for a book that old and in that good a condition. You know.
I mean, any of the books that have like the debut of a character that has their own movie, I feel like you're talking $10,000 minimum.
Oh, dude, it depends on the shape of the book.
Well, assuming it's in good condition, yeah.
Yes, yeah, dude.
Okay, let's say it's just mint, and it'd be like tens of thousands of dollars.
Oh, maybe more than that, dude. I'm seeing a first issue of Spider-Man and first appearance of Spider-Man, first appearance of Batman, first appearance of Superman just today in auction. All graded 7.5 and above. They're in the millions of dollars. Now I know those characters are huge.
Yeah,
things.
Those are the ones who are going to sell the best out of everyone. Those are like the extreme example. But yeah, I'm pretty sure like the first issue, like Journey into Mystery there with Thor is probably worth like tens of thousands.
At least.
If it's in good condition.
Yeah, I would say six figures. Yeah, for sure, dude. All right, moving on. Secret Wars #4 facsimile edition, just the classic Hulk cover. You know, Hulk.
Lifting the mountain.
Honestly, the original Secret Wars has all these like iconic moments.
It really does.
That doesn't quite measure with like Black Suit or probably with like Doom as the Beyonder, but this is up there. This is like this huge show-stopping moment.
I mean, they adapted this scene directly for Endgame. You know, when Hulk is Ant-Man is coming out and Hulk is holding that shit up, and they go whong. You know, they really did a number there. I liked it.
Yeah.
Especially I guess it was Ant-Man, not Hulk, but I mean that's what they were referencing. They were definitely referencing
reference in the movie to Secret Wars, where it's like how much this mountain actually weighs.
Yeah, and I mean basically the Endgame fight was kind of their version of what Secret Wars ended up being, with kind of like Survivor Series. Moving on, they also got Phil Noto, and I think this is actually cooler. And they have Phil Noto doing an homage.
And for everybody watching all the Survivor Series references is to the fact that WrestleMania is this weekend.
WrestleMania. My kid messaged me today. Hey, I got Peacock. I was like, oh, why? He's like, duh. And then he sent me a GIF for WrestleMania. I was like, oh yeah. All right, Power Pack continues with issue #4. Sensational She-Hulk with issue #7. Spider-Gwen poster. Spider-Man 2099 omnibus, $125. You have got to be a huge fucking fan I don't know anybody who's that big of a Spider-Man 2099 fan. No one. And I know
That's
lots
a
of
big
comic
ask.
book fans. That is a huge ask.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is Spider-Man Shadow of Green Goblin #1. J.M. DeMatteis, Michael Stacy Maria, I think. I'm not sure. I've never heard of that artist, but this is like old school Spider-Man. This is like telling stories from arcs that ended, but they're sort of continuing that arc. I'm okay with these, I guess, in theory, but I don't know. This just doesn't appeal to me. It seems weird that Marvel does these. I just don't get it.
I mean, it's whatever. But the thing that I'm reading the description there, and it's like, did you know that Norman Osborn wasn't the original Green Goblin? Oh, fucking hell! It's just like,
Bullshit.
I don't like
But-
that sort of like revisionism to history. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
worst Spider-Man things of all time was them going back and fucking up with the past, like where they made it where Gwen Stacy was having an affair with Norman Osborn and she had like twin children out of wedlock.
Oh my god, that was so recent. That was relatively
Well,
recent.
the
I
wedlock
thought
thing
you were
or
going to
whatever.
go
Like,
back
she
to the
cheated
Clone
on Peter.
Saga.
The Clone
Yeah.
Saga, whatever. But I mean, no,
Oh,
the
that
Gwen
was-
Stacy thing was like 20 years ago. But for the most part,
yeah.
Oh yeah, I
we
guess it
have-
was.
For the most part, we have like completely forgotten it because it was total character assassination,
Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
and it was bullshit.
I think the most recent
Yeah.
thing is that Mistro like hypnotized Mary
Mysterio?
Jane into
Yeah. But and then honestly, with the
Yeah.
Green Goblin, though, the thing that makes him interesting, the most compelling part of him as a character, is that he is Norman Osborn.
Yes,
Is that he is
exactly.
the father of Peter's friend.
Exactly.
Any other identity is not as interesting. So this whole like, oh no, there's another even more goblin-y goblin. Who I don't even fucking care.
Yeah, I don't care about that guy. It wasn't about that
his-
guy. It's about the
Yeah.
relationship.
Goblinness is not what
Yeah.
makes him interesting. It's the relationship between Norman and Peter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the interesting part
Because-
of that dynamic.
Norman has been and always will be not, it doesn't matter the universes, will be the adopted like father figure for Peter. That's
Yeah,
the-
in a way. I mean,
Yeah.
not in the new Ultimate. I think he's dead.
yeah,
I
he's
think
dead.
I think the Illuminati murdered him.
That's
along
why.
with a bunch of other people.
That's
I
why
would never
Harry.
call him a father figure, but he is like a presence in Peter's life,
Right.
and that's
Yeah.
what makes the character compelling.
Yeah, and I don't think I'd go as far father figure either, but there is, I don't know, Peter's nice to a fault to a lot of people, so maybe that's why.
Oh yeah, I mean,
But
Well,
the fact that he wants to like, redeem Norman, if for no
Right.
other reason than for Harry's sake,
exactly.
that makes
yes.
for a very compelling.
that's the way I saw it, though. I mean,
Yeah.
with Peter's and Harry's relationship in the comic books, and the fact that Norman was always close with both Harry and Peter, it was
Sure, I mean, but
I
the father
mean, it was
figure
there.
role is definitely Ben.
yeah.
Whatever.
Ben's the big
Yeah.
dad figure.
Big Daddy Ben. Star Wars Hits issue 45. Vengeance of Moon Knight by who? Who writes this?
Jed McKay,
Jed
I'm assuming. Yep.
Yeah.
Jed McKay, just saying. Venom hits issue number 32. Torrin Grandbeck writing that now. I haven't been reading this. I don't read Venom. Unless it's a big event. But we get X-Men 130 poster. Why? First appearance of Dazzler. That's not even a reissue. That is a poster because Dazzler is dope. X-Men number
Dazzler's amazing.
33. Here we go. Jerry Duggan, Joshua Cassara, X-Men X Symbol. That's stupid. But if there were ever a time to rally the troops and take the fight to the enemy, it's now. Stand side by side with the X-Men as they head for their final stand. They can't stop all of us. Come on.
Yeah, I think
I
I,
want
I,
one
think I
of these.
noticed a lot of Doctor Doom's mutant squad there. So
Yeah.
I guess it's time to
want-
cash in
yeah,
all the
big
chips
magma.
and bring in all the characters that they've been
Ignoring a little
seeding
bit.
throughout all the run.
Yeah, I love this big dude with the magma arms. He's so rad, dude. I
Yeah.
hope we learn more. But yeah, I just want to see big knockdown, drag out fucking fights. The preview ends with these guys walking through, and this is a waste of time. No, this is a trap, Wolverine. I think that's my line, bub. Oh yeah. The next page
yeah.
is gonna be Cassara going fucking off with some brutal fucking
Yeah.
X-Men shit. I cannot wait to read this book. It's the X-Men or the Marvel book I'm most excited about. It's
Immortal
so
Thor
weird.
for me, but this one's definitely one I'm
Oh,
excited
yeah.
about too.
Yeah. All right, moving on to Dynamite. They do have Cruella de Vil #3. They've been doing really well with their villain stuff. I'm actually behind on this. I read most of the first issue. It's for a younger audience, of course.
Yeah.
You know, it's
But don't
based on a
sleep
cartoon.
on their villain stuff. Dynamite's been doing a
But
really
yeah, don't
great
sleep
job
on
with
the
the
Scar
Disney
book
villain
was
stuff.
fucking awesome. The Scar
Oh
book
yeah,
from
that
Lion
was
King, it
just
was
really
great.
good.
It was great. But and then they got the Kong the Great War, which I'm behind on this too. I think somebody pretty popular is writing this. No, Alex Cox is doing the work on it. I remember reading the first issue and not having a bad time with it. But we do also get a Red Sonja, Empire of the Damned, written by Steve Niles. So he's more of a horror, and of course, Empire of the Damned, he's bringing in a little bit of some horror elements, to Red Sonja, which is a good idea.
It is a good idea.
And so yeah, I'll be
'Cause
checking this out as well.
she's
Yeah, I'll be
mostly a
checking this out
medieval
as well.
type character, so
Yeah, fantasy sort of shit. And not to say you can't bring horror into that, but if you're going to, bring in a guy who is known for writing horror.
yes.
I think
Yeah.
that's just a really smart idea. Yeah, smart idea.
Sensible. Yeah.
All right, getting into everything else. Again, it is Ghost Machine week. That's what we're going to focus mostly on. Over at Image, Antarctica ends with issue number 10.
Thank God that's done.
It started okay, but then it just took a shit. But I did want to mention this book over at Keen Spot Entertainment. It's Can I Scream #1. This is going to be like a
Hey,
all
on a
ages sort of
personal
read.
note,
But it's
if
Jonathan Hedrick and Francesca Fantini. Yeah.
if anybody can find a copy of this, please send it to me. I want to read it. My comic book store won't give it to me.
Right. Jonathan Hedrick wrote a book. Yeah, Jonathan Hedrick wrote a book called The Recount, and it was all about overthrowing an election with violence. It was way before, the January 6th thing. And when that January 6th thing happened, like, people kept messaging him. I would see on Facebook, and he was like, just leave me alone with this. He's, because it was like in the heat of the moment. And it was like really similar to some shit that he had written in that comic. And he was just like, no, I am not. You know what I mean? It was like really this awkward thing with his fans.
Yeah, but if anybody can get a hold of that,
great writer,
please send it to me. I want to read it because my comic book shop will not give it to me. They will not get it in.
All right, moving on. Crashdown #3. Crave is getting a bunch of reprints, and then we get issue number 5. It's about a website that kills you with love somehow. Gives you everything you need, maybe.
Yeah, it gives you everything you want, but it's more of a monkey paw type thing.
Yeah. D&D Ravenloft gets a new book, Caravan of Curses. It's just, D&D with fantasy and horror all mixed together. Dark Souls get another book. Dead Detective wraps with issue number 5. When are we getting to the Ghost Machine shit? Here it is.
Right there in
Geiger #1. Geiger #1.
So this
written
is
by
the
Jeff
first
Johns,
of
drawn by
3.
Gary Frank. Yeah, this is the first of 3 new books, all set in the same shared universe. That's coming out. Geiger's already had like 2 different versions or volumes, I guess, and they were both pretty damn good. So, yeah, don't sleep on Geiger, especially that Gary Frank art. Are you kidding me? Taylor, something you might be interested in. I know you were a big fan of the first volume, but Colin Bunn is back for more with Godzilla.
Yep.
And Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 2.
This is more of take the toys out of the toy box and slam them together type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the first issue, they kind of blew their wad already because they already used like Ghidorah. So, like, I'm not sure what monsters are left for them to use here. I mean, there's plenty that they haven't used, but like.
Right here. Space Godzilla,
Okay.
Clawhammer, and Tentacrete.
Yeah, and this time around, it's not Tommy the Green
I
Ranger.
don't know.
It's Tommy the White Ranger, so it's going to be different.
I mean,
was the White Ranger not in the first?
No, he
the
wasn't.
White Ranger and the Green
they
Ranger.
wanted to have the Dragon Sword versus Godzilla, so they had Green Ranger.
Of course, you had to have.
Yeah, the first volume was all Green Ranger. This is going to be all White Ranger.
Nice. Yeah, I'm all over this. I don't even like Power Rangers that much, but it's impossible to deny how cool that is. Godzilla and Power Rangers. You know what I mean? Gunslinger Spawn. Obviously, we're going to mention that because it wouldn't be a week at Image Comics without McFarlane. Hack Slash gets another volume started, or actually that's a one shot. Sorry, Hack Slash with a one shot. Moving on, what else? Kaya hits issue 17. We get Last Mermaid #2. I was a huge fan of the first issue of this. Derek Kirk Kim doing the writing and the art. I don't know why they have the #1 cover there, but just really fucking cool art. And this mermaid in like a mech suit with water in it so she can live on the land. It was wild, dude. It was such a fun read. Really excited for that follow up there. Love Everlasting is shit. I just lost his name. Yeah, Tom King. Tom King over at Image doing like a romance book. It's not bad. It's pretty fun. Minor Threats gets another volume. This is that book from Patton Oswalt. Dave is a really huge fan of the Minor Threats universe. So, and I say universe now. There's like 3 or 4 of those. All right, let's move on. One Hand #3 of 5. They're really spitting this out. One hand, 6 fingers, 2 stories, basically telling the same story, but from 2 different points of view. One from a point of view of a serial killer, the other the point of view of the detective working the case. Very fucking well done. I mean,
Yeah, and the last
crazy
issue
cool.
of the One Hand was the detective basically going, "You don't understand. Last time I took this case, it nearly broke me.
I went
And
crazy.
how
Yeah.
dare you give me this case again?" And
Yeah.
he was like adamant
very
about
well
like,
done.
no.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying that. It's like a twofer, You have to read
Yeah.
both of them. But Principles of Necromancy is a debut over at Massive, I think. No, Magma Comics. And who is it? I said I was going to mention him again. Jackson Lanzig and Colin Kelly doing something really, really small press. But it looks like it's more of a fantasy thing for them. Brave Knights, Dangerous Monsters, Wage Endless War, Business is Booming for Dr. Jacob Eyes, a traveling physician whose arcane remedies are the coolest thing to magic the world knows. Those gruesome miracles are only stepping stones for Dr. Eyes' ultimate ungodly goal to overcome death itself.
And this is the other
yeah,
one
there you go.
that my comic book
You're not gonna be able
realtor
to
won't
find
get
it.
me. I want this
Yeah.
one too.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to find it. It sucks.
I mean, the Hive
I'll keep
Mind's
a
doing it.
lookout for you, man. But man,
The Hive Mind's
this
doing
looks
it. I
like
want
a
it.
lot
I
of
want
fun.
it.
This looks like a lot of fun, man. I mean, my favorite writers right now, they are just everything they touch is just fucking gold. I can't wait to see what they bring in the spring. They've got to give them something big at Marvel. They've got to give them something, huge over at Marvel. All right, our second book in the Ghost
2 or
Machine
3.
launch this week, Red Coat. Jeff Johns and Brian Hitch doing the art now. Hard to deny that team. Brian Hitch is certainly no Gary Frank, but I mean, Brian Hitch is definitely fucking Brian Hitch. This is about a guy who fought for the English or the British during the Revolutionary War and ends up becoming immortal and living in the United States, thereon. So, yeah. Awesome. 34 pages of story for only $4. Very cool. And again, this is connected to the Geiger and a few other, at least a few other books that are going to come out. So
And then here's the last one right
the
here.
last
Robo
one
Rook.
is Rook. This is Jeff Johns and Jason Fabach. Can you get 3 better fucking artists to kick off your damn shit, Jeff Johns? I mean,
And the best part
save
is
some
you
artists
have
for
the
the rest of
same.
everybody else. Shit.
So
Shit.
if everybody has not been paying attention, it's the same writer, 3 different books with 3 different artists. So the connected
all part
universe
of the same
is real.
universe somehow. And this is
Jeff
the Batman 3
Johns
joke.
is a really good writer, so don't be like, no, this is
It's
gonna
going to
be
be
good.
hard for people to pick up all 3 of these, man. I mean, they're
will
picking
be.
a good week. There's not much at Marvel and DC, but yeah, I'm stoked about these. Basically, there's a bunch
I
of
think
people who
Image
have.
did that.
Oh,
I think
go ahead.
Image did that just specifically where it's like, okay, what's Marvel and DC putting out? We're gonna
I mean, maybe.
Here we go.
Maybe. So this book is about a future Earth. It's in the future. They fled an Earth for a new planet. They terraformed planet where all of nature, including its imported animal population, was controlled by human beings called wardens. So the world engine then fails, The warden's power fell into the wrong hands, creating chaos and mass evacuation for those who could afford it. The rest, like Rook, must scavenge for an escape vessel as the war for control of what's left of the planet goes on, whatever. But these motherfuckers can like talk to different animals, right? Like this dude can talk to birds or some shit with his powers. But it's in the apocalypse, but it's an alien apocalypse. I don't know. It seems fucking weird as shit. But all those books seem weird as shit. You know, Geiger is a nuclear man in the future. Redcoat is like a man from the past stuck in the present.
Yeah, he's a man out of time.
And then we get this Exodus, book where Rook is trying to get the hell out of.
And I'm super excited about this. This is
too,
really.
Dude. I mean, I really am. I really am.
My top three.
I've got them right now. I've got those books right now. It's like I'm going to read those right now.
My top three, but this might basically be Ghost Machine.
I mean, it could be, dude. I have high hopes for those books for sure. The Fall gets issue number 2, TMNT Saturday morning cartoons. And that's pretty much it. Traveling to Mars, Mark Russell's, Mars science fiction book. Very, very good. We get a Usagi Yojimbo debut. Yep. Always good with Stan Sakai's around. Walking Dead, number 86. This is the redo with the color because it wouldn't be a week without Kirkman at Image. And that is it. So, yeah, man, it is huge week from the smaller press. But I've got to go with those Ghost Machine books, as the ones I'm looking forward to the most. But it's not even each one of them. I want to read all 3 of them together to see exactly, what's going on. But, I mean, there's a new Red Sonja. X-Men number 33 is going to be outstanding. Thor is always good. But Marvel, I mean, DC doesn't have shit this week for me. Nothing. I mean, they have Batman. They have Birds of Prey. Shit I want to read. But nothing that's like,
besides Birds of Prey, there's not much else on DC for me.
Yeah. Still, it's a solid week. So, Taylor, you still with us? Just Thor for you, right? I'm here. It's like Thor.
Thor's the thing I'm most excited about. And Batman and Birds of Prey, or they're always solid pickups. And
Taylor's like, I'm not reading Ghost Machine unless Jeff Johns makes me. He's gonna have to knock down the door of
Taylor,
my brain.
Join the Ghost Machine hype.
If I ever read it, it'll be
$12 at minimum for those 3 books, man. But
it's on my
I'm still gonna
list.
check them out. Awesome. Well, that's it for us tonight, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. We really appreciate it. If you like what we're doing, you'll love what the Bullies are doing. Leroy and Eli got a show over there where they talk more than just comics, all kinds of pop culture, music, even movies, TV, you name it, video games, you name it. They're talking about it. They had a show last night. Check them out on this channel and others. And if you want links to everything they got going on and everything we got going on, outrightgeekery.com is your one-stop shop for that. There is actually a link to a store. We don't sell anything. I think we sold a shirt one time. I think it was David who bought it. Anyway,
I bought a shirt.
Yeah, that's right. You did buy a shirt. That was a long time ago. We got different colors. I'm just kidding. If you like what we did tonight, come back next week. We're gonna do it again on Sundays. News and reviews. A whole lot of fun there. We'll talk about those books, that we just talked about. So. Check out the group. outrightgeekery.com is the place to find the link to the Facebook group. No bullying. Again, we really appreciate everybody hanging out. Thanks so much. But most of all, thanks to these guys for hanging out with this guy. We are going to do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
Yeah. Better hit me up if you want to.